You always have the opportunity to start fresh. It starts in your head, so think good thoughts. Start fresh. Have a beginner's mindset. Start fresh. Isn't that refreshing? Refreshing. Start new. You don't like the way something is? Change it. I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. You're doing this yoga on your own, but I'll guide you. You're doing it in your home, privacy of your own home. Nobody to look around and see what you're doing, nobody to compare yourself to. You don't ever want to do that. Let it go. Just think of this as a fresh new practice, brand new from the privacy of your own home. I practice every single day, and I'm glad that you joined me today and are allowing me to join you. And we do something different every day. Every day's practice is different. Today's is a vinyasa flow practice where you move a little bit more. Other days we do restorative. Other days we do what we call Yoga Plus, where we throw in some Pilates and some bar and some sculpt. It's all good. It's all designed to make you stronger, more balanced, more flexible, and more mobile. All really important things, especially as we age. It's an hour-long practice. Stick around as long as you can, but just think of this as your little sacred space on your mat, a time for you. Do what you can with what you got, but as the bottom of the screen says, do what's right for your body. Everybody is different. Every day is different, that's for sure. Some days some things ache, some days other things ache. Some days nothing aches at all. But whatever you do, take care of your body. Listen to your body. If something hurts, back out of it. If something feels good, maybe stay longer. Breathe through it. Pay attention to your breath and pay attention to your core. In fact, that's the word of the day. It is core. All right, we say it all the time, core. Engage your core. What does that mean? Okay, well, your core, Joseph Pilates said that your core is your powerhouse. You know, you always think of your abs, or the six-pack abs, as your core. Well, that is your core because it's big and strong and stable. But there are also those that say everything from your tongue all the way through all the muscles of your body are your core. They're engaged. They're your central hub. They create stability in your body. And then we really, really, really want to be stable and strong and have a good foundation. We'll talk about the foundation in a second. But think strength. Think endurance. Your core is strong. It's your command center, your control center. Here's how you can find your core. Just cough. Cough. When you cough, you kind of feel your gut kind of tighten up. Kind of everything tightens a little bit. That is your core. And at the core of it, let's refresh and start new in this practice. All right, come on up to standing. We're going to use our usual props today, so nothing special. Couple of yoga blocks, a little hand towel and eye shade is nice. You might want to use the strap for your boat pose or whatever. You decide if you want to use it. It's totally up to you. If you don't know how to use those things, just kind of modify, take it easy today, and come back another day, because other days I use the strap and incorporate these poses. So as you come on up to your standing position, oh, have some water handy too. That's always good. As you come on up to standing, I've got my water there, just wanted to make sure. As you come up to standing, like a stress number in your mind. Scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. What kind of stress are you feeling today? Just note it. Don't judge it. Just note it, and we'll come back to it. That's kind of a little tangible measure of how your yoga is working for you. You could have a chair nearby. That's a great prop. You could be seated in a chair. Don't sweat it. It's only yoga. Put your hands on your hips, elbows back, shoulders down, feet a little wider than hip width distance. Take this pose of confidence. Feel big in the chest, feel strong and powerful, and then start to lift up onto the balls of your feet. We're here to strengthen our foundation, our feet. Just kind of get them comfortable and realize all the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments in your feet that are strong, that are keeping you stable, that are allowing you to stand and not fall, that are allowing you to walk and run and do the things you like to do. So you're coming up to the balls of the feet, keeping your heels as best you can behind your toes. Chair is fine, no sweat. You're still getting a great stretch and movement and control of the feet. Breathe in, sigh it out your mouth, in through the nose and out through the mouth for a little bit here. And then plant your feet down. Lift your toes up, give them a wiggle so your weight's a little more back onto the heels. Wiggle your toes, then plant your feet. Lift your arms up high to the sky. This is called your extended mountain pose. We'll come back to this often. Lift your fingers a little higher to the sky, but soften your shoulders down a little bit. Spiral your pinkies in, lengthen up, stay strong here, stretch. Interlace your fingers, send your palms up to the sky, and start to move gently from side to side. Lateral flexion of your spine, let it feel good. And you take it as far as is right for you. You can do this whole practice because you're going to modify it and make it work for you. Maybe you need to really bend the arms. Maybe you're just reaching from side to side. What we're after here is a sideways movement of your spine. Do what's right. Stretch it out sideways. Oh, the key is just movement, getting everything moving, trying to find your full range of motion in that movement. All right, lateral flexion of the spine. Let's come back to the midline of the body. Place your hands to your low back. Squeeze your elbows towards your spine. Push your hips forward. Look forward. Maybe look to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Maybe look up overhead as you push your hips forward. Just a little back bend here. And then exhale, fold forward. Let your arms hang loose. It's just yoga. Don't sweat it. The only thing you don't want to do is just don't hurt. Let it feel good. If you're seated in the chair, you're just folding your chest towards your thighs. Breathe in, breathe out. To engage the core, think of sending the belly button back to the spine as you take a full exhale. All right, so in this forward fold, maybe a little bend in the knees feels good. Inhale, sweep your arms up, come on back up to standing, back to extended mountain. Remember that? All right, so we've moved the spine sideways, forward and back. Let's tee out our arms. Arms are teed out, circle your arms to the back of the room. Put a little bend in the knees. Knees can bend when the hands come down. Knees can straighten when the hands go up. Little circles in the shoulders or bigger circles in the shoulders. You do what feels good for you. And I don't know how deep the bends are in your knees, but just wake them up a little bit or a lot, whatever works. Arm circles in the other direction. Big thing here is to have that beginner's mindset where you think everything is possible. Think, I'm going to give that a try. And don't be stale about it. Don't think, oh, can't do that, so I'm quitting. Just have that beginner's mindset, that enthusiasm, that showing up, and I'm going to do it feeling. Let your arms come down by your sides. Take a big breath in through your nose and a big sighing breath out through your mouth. Make it audible. All right, nice big twist in the waist here. Let your arms hang heavy and twist from side to side. Let your arms be loose as you tap your hips and your backside. So shoulders are away from the ears. Look over your shoulder as far as you want. If you're seated in the chair, hold on to that chair and take a twist. Take it to the other side. Hold on to the side of the chair and take that twist. That's what we're after, a nice twist here, a controlled twist. Let's finish. Come back to the midline. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Sweep your arms up, extended mountain. Take a little baby back bend. Inhale, arms go back up. Exhale, fold forward. As you fold forward, let your fingers hang toward the earth. A little bend in your knees feels good. Your feet, have them to be about hip width distance apart. That is 2 fist widths. If you want to measure, I'm going to wiggle my feet a little bit apart. There we go. Bend your elbows, hands to opposite elbow creases, ragdoll pose, a great pose for your low back. Just feel what you feel here. That's the most important thing. You want to feel good. Let the crown of your head hang toward the earth or wherever you can make it go. Let your gaze go back towards your knees, hands on the elbows. Maybe spread your legs a little wider, maybe put a little bend in your knees, whatever feels good. Just a little gentle sway from side to side. One elbow comes back toward the knee, then the other elbow goes back toward the other knee. Little sway here where you feel the loosening up of the low back. How does that feel? Breathe in, sigh it out, let it go. Let's finish. Come to stillness at the midline of the body. Maybe your eyes are open or maybe they're closed to challenge your balance. You can release your fingertips toward the earth or onto the earth. Your toes, lift them up, give them a wiggle. Bring your hands down to your mat, bend your knees, come into a child's pose. If you're in a chair, just bring your chest to your thighs and reach your arms down by your feet. In a child's pose today, let's bring our hips back to our heels with our knees together. Arms can be down by your sides, palms face up, and you can take a block and put it under your forehead. Take a variation of child's pose that feels good for you today. You want to feel lengthening in the spine. You want to feel a nice stretch in the quads and the ankles, and the knees are getting that wake-up call. You can rest here on a block or forehead down onto your mat. An option is a wide-legged child's pose. That's where your knees go wide. Big toes still touch, feet back towards your heels, and arms reach long to the top of your mat. Head comes down onto a block, or your hands can go onto a block to get more into the shoulders. You decide, rest here, find length in your spine. This is the pose that you can come back to at any time in your practice. Just kind of a nice little pose of surrender, a pose of peace. Take a deep breath in, a big sighing breath out. Let it go. Now close your lips if you like and breathe in and out of your nose if that feels good. In your child's pose, tailbone is going more to the back of the room. Find length in your back. Find length in your spine, creating space in your spine so you can find more movement. Come back to your child's pose anytime you like. But right now, I'm gonna come out of it. All right, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Bring your knees back underneath your hips. Draw your toes towards your shins. Straighten your legs. Come back up to standing. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Sweep your arms up to the side. Come to an extended mountain pose. Let's do a sun salutation A. All right, lengthen up through your fingertips. We'll run through it a couple of times. Lengthen up here. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Tell yourself something positive about yourself. I am terrific. How's that? Whatever works for you. I am strong. I am trying. I am refreshed. I am refreshing. Whatever it is, lengthen up. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, hands to your shins, create a flat back, lengthen through your tailbone and through the crown of your head. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Let's do a Chaturanga Dandasana. Walk your hands forward, walk your feet back. I'm going to do a variation first. Let's come down to the knees. If you want, you could not be on the knees and take your classic Chaturanga. All right, I'm going to show a modification first. I'm down on my knees. I'm hinging my weight forward into my arms. I'm bending my elbows, coming down to my belly. Then I'm going to take an upward facing dog, which in this case really is more like a Sphinx pose. So press into your hands, lengthen up, and then come back to a downward facing dog. You could spread your knees wide and come back to that wide-legged child's pose. Always an option. Then we're going to work to our downward facing dog or meet back in our downward facing dog. Walk our feet to our hands or our hands to our feet. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain, lengthen up. So that was a fine variation to take on your Chaturanga. So you can do it. You can do it. Lengthen up. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, Chaturanga your way. I'm going to take a classic Chaturanga Dandasana this time. Walk my feet back, hinge forward, shoulders over the wrists, high plank. Bend the elbows, come into a low plank. Straighten the arms, come onto the tops of the feet, take an upward facing dog. Little modification, you could be on your knees. Upward facing dog, chest is shining forward, gaze is forward. Turn your feet to a natural position, press into your arms, come back to a downward facing dog. In a downward facing dog, your feet are hip width distance apart and your hands are shoulder width distance apart. Tailbone is going high to the sky, heels are slightly elevated. Neck is loose, gaze back to your knees or up toward your belly button and shake your head. Start to pedal your heels toward the earth, one then the other. Stretch out the back sides of your legs. Let's walk our feet to our hands or our hands to our feet. One more time. Inhale, arms sweep up, sun salutation A. Lengthen up. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Take your Chaturanga Dandasana your way. We're going to do these in Sun B too, so figure out what you like. Try it, shake it up, do something different. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Breathe. And then tuck your toes. There you are, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. You got it. Walk your feet to meet your hands or your hands to meet your feet. Either way. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain. Take a little baby back bend here. Hands to prayer center. Come back to your mantra. I am strong. Breathe. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Let's go to Sun B. All right, so to begin a sun salutation B flow, you begin in a chair pose. So bend the knees, weight back into your heels. You can literally be seated in your chair and you're just going to turn your legs so one cheek is on the chair, then the other. So sit back in your chair as if a chair were behind you. Maybe put more weight into your heels and lift your toes up. You can have your hands on your hips, your thighs, whatever feels good, but just feel the strength in those thighs. I'm going to reach my arms forward for a classic Utkatasana chair pose. Lengthen, sink a little lower. Lengthen through the fingers, sink a little lower. One more big lengthen. Now bring your hands to prayer center, straighten the knees and fold forward, fingers toward the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, been here before, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat, step it back. High plank or your modification to a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. You're on the tops of your feet here, working those ankles. Inhale, down dog. Hips are high, neck is loose. Pedal it out. Now we're going to take this to a warrior two. Kick your right leg high to the sky, shake it out, let it feel good in your hips.
Exhale, sweep the leg through. Bring it in between your two front hands. And then rise on up to a standing position. Once you're standing, adjust your feet. Right toes point to the top of your mat. Left foot is planted like normal, and it's at a 45 or 90-degree angle. Bend into your right knee, knee over ankle. Arms tee out, feel like a warrior, strong warrior pose. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Maybe work your thigh a little more parallel to the earth. Squeeze your inner thighs together like you're trying to create a ripple in the center of your mat. So really engage your low body. Low body from your belly button down, act as if it were in cement. It's not going anywhere, it's staying here. Arms are teed out, lengthen up, turn your head, look over your right middle finger. Reach forward, reach, reach, reach. Tick-tock your arms, 6 and 12. Right arm comes down, left arm goes up. Right arm pushes the inner thigh open so the knee is still over the ankle. Left arm lifts up to the sky and you can look up to the hand. Reverse warrior. So come on back up, teed out arms, but it's like windmill them. Right arm goes up, left arm goes down, breathe. Exhale, now cartwheel your arms to surround your right front foot. Send your right foot back to meet your left. Chaturanga Dandasana, high plank. Low plank, push the earth away, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out, let it feel good. Downward facing dog can be considered a resting pose here. When you're ready, left leg kicks high. Kick it high, let it feel good. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge in between your two front hands. Rise on up, planting that back foot, teeing out the arms, sinking low into the thighs. Inhale, lengthen up, squeeze the mat together with your legs, engage. Inhale, lengthen, turn your head, look over your left, middle finger, neck is turned, important to move the neck. Exhale, reach. Tick-tock, 6 and 12, push the inner thigh open, look up, inhale, chest comes up, reverse warrior, right arm down, left arm up, look up, exhale, cartwheel your arms, Chaturanga Dandasana, hands surround the front foot, which now goes back to meet the back foot, high plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, pedal, breathe, shake your neck, you got it. Feet walk to meet the hands or hands walk to meet the feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up, extended mountain. Let's run through it again. Bend the knees, chair pose, Utkatasana, reach, sit back, sit down, reach, sit back, sit down, reach. Hands to prayer center, straighten the knees, fold forward as you exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, spine is long. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat, step it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank, shoulders over wrists. Low plank, hover above the earth. Inhale, press the earth away, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips go high, pedal. Right leg, kick it high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge, foot between the hands. Rise on up, warrior two. Bend into your knees, squeeze the mat together, tee out your arms, look over your extended arm. Reach, tick-tock, 6 and 12. Look up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm lifts, left arm goes down, breathe. Exhale, cartwheel the arms, Chaturanga Dandasana. You know, you could take the Chaturanga on your knees, you could skip it all together, and meet back in down dog. It's your call because it's your yoga. You make the yoga work for you. Don't feel I gotta go into a crazy impossible pose. When you're ready, left leg kicks high. Sweep it through to a low lunge. Rise on up, feet are planted, sink into your legs, arms tee out. Inhale, lengthen, look over your extended arm. Reach, tick-tock, look up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Still your feet, hover your knees above the earth in a bear plank. Shift your shoulders forward so your shoulders are over your wrists. Hold on here, stay strong here, core is engaged. Come on down to your knees. Have a drink of water, have a seat on your heels. Nice job. Refreshing, isn't it? All right, let's cheat a little bit. Stress number, what was it? What is it? It's coming down, isn't it? When you engage the body and the mind, you just find peace, right? We know how good we feel after we move. All right, water. All right, let's go. Our usual little things here. Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups, bicycle, and boat. Now you might want to use your strap for boat, so have that nearby if you want. All right, soles of the feet touch, knees open wide, hands to prayer center. Tell yourself something positive. Lengthen up, come on back to reclined. Take it slowly. Take it slowly because you can. Your core, it's engaged, it's strong. Have a strong core, work on a strong core. Just keep trying, just keep trying. That's all anyone can ask. All right, soles of the feet are touching. Pinky toe side of the foot is rested. Bend your elbows, open up your elbows to the sides of the room with your fingertips lightly at your temples. You could stay here if you want. I'm going to do Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups to engage the lower abs. If you'd like to join me, exhale the air out of your lungs and lift your chin up to the sky. Shoulder blades peel up and the elbows stay back and the knees stay open. Come on down as you inhale, up on the exhale, down on the inhale. Little lifts, little lowers, nothing huge. You know, good things are gonna happen and you know it just takes time. The biggest thing is not how much you power through, it's consistency. It's showing up and trying a little bit more each day. All right, your Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. Let me show you a little something that we do on Fridays. Maybe lift your shoulders up, elbows back, and pulse your chin up to the sky. So that's something we do in our Yoga Plus, just to kick it up a little bit. Play with it, see what you think. Let's come all the way down. There is your Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. Time for bicycle. Bring your knees together so the soles of your feet are on the ground. All right, so here's what you can do. You keep your feet down, you keep your arms down by your sides if you like. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out, fingers back to the temples, peel the shoulders up. You can work opposite elbow toward opposite knee if that feels better on your low back. Another option is to lift your knees up, shoulders are down on the mat, knees over hips, shins parallel to the earth, toes drawn toward your shins. You can drive through your heels as if you were riding a recumbent bicycle. Really feel your tailbone plugged in. That's another thing we often say. Feel your tailbone plugged into the earth. Put it all together by putting your fingers at your temples, peeling your shoulders up, and working opposite elbow toward opposite knee. There's another variation of bicycle. Ooh, so many. Sometimes on Fridays we do a Pilates bicycle. Join us on Friday and check it out. Maybe straighten your legs today and scissor kick them. One heel toward the earth, other one up toward the sky, and then alternate. You don't have to go fast. You don't have to go slow. Go at your pace. And then we'll finish. Let everything come down, stick pose, reach your fingers long to the top of the mat with your palms touching. Point your toes long to the bottom of the mat. Breathe, stretch it out, even it out. Boat pose, Navasana. If you're familiar with using your strap and you want to do that, you can grab that now. What I'm going to do is bend my knees and I'm going to take my hands behind my knees, low on my hamstrings. Now rocking on your spine, check with your doctor. If you have osteoporosis, osteopenia, you don't want to rock on your spine, most likely, but check with your doctor and see if it's okay. So rock back and forth, just kind of feels good. It's kind of fun. Give it a go and just play with it a little bit. All right, we're going to come into our boat pose by coming to a seated position. You're holding on to the backs of your knees, lean on back as if you were in a recliner. Lengthen through your spine, you want your back nice and flat. Feet can stay lightly on the ground, One foot can lift, or the other, or both can lift. Maybe send your legs long. Maybe you reach your arms long to either the room or up toward the ceiling and where the wall meet, or up overhead. Hold it here. Little bend in your knees might feel good. Hands to prayer center. Start to row your boat, dipping one elbow toward one side, then the other toward the other side. Row, row, row the boat. When you're ready, we'll finish rowing this boat and come to a cosmic egg pose. This one's kind of fun. Bring your feet back down onto the ground. Hug your heels towards your bottom. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Lengthen up through the crown of your head, and then press the weight into your toes. As you press the weight into your toes, you're gonna lean on back again. Hold on, find your balance here. Challenge your balance. Circle the ankles this way and that way, and just have fun with it. It's all about having fun, right? First of all, is your practice safe? You gotta keep it safe. Secondly, is it effective? Is it doing something? Oh yeah, it's doing something. And is it fun? That's the most important part. Well, not the most important part. They're all important, but having fun is important. All right, plant your feet down, crisscross at the ankles, plant your hands down on your mat, and come back to that beloved down dog. All right, press into your hands, feet are hip width distance apart, heels slightly lifted. Shake your neck. Push into your hands, tailbone lifted high. Pedal it out here, let it feel good. We're gonna go into a lunge now. All right, so let's start by lifting your right leg high to the sky, sweeping the right leg on up to in between your hands. Rise on up to standing. All right, you're standing. Your feet can be like on a tightrope, or you can have them further apart. The further apart they are, like if they're on railroad tracks, you feel more stable. Bend into your right knee, bringing your right knee over your ankle. Your back foot, all 10 toes are pointing to the top of your mat, but your back foot is lifted. The heel is up. Bring your hands to prayer center and hang out here for a little bit. Maybe work that back knee down a little bit. You could use a block here for encouragement and bring that back knee onto a block. I could stay here all day with that block there. Feels really good. See what you think. All right, so you're stable. Push into both feet here. Hands to prayer center. Arms can come up overhead. Take a little baby back bend. Fingers back up to the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Let's take a twist. Now, you can be on that block. You can be down on the back knee onto the mat. Put a towel under it if it doesn't feel so good. Or you can be a little bit hovering above the earth. If you're hovering, you're challenging your balance. If you're down on the block or the earth, you can deepen your twist. Hands to prayer center, hinge a little forward. Exhale, bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Hands are stacked, elbows stacked. Look down to your right toes. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the right. So you're going to twist to look at your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist a little more. Maybe you look over your shoulder. Let's finish. Slowly bring your hands and your gaze back to the midline. Bring the back knee down if it's not already there. Scoot the block aside to come all the way down if you'd like. Press the top of the back foot onto the mat. Hands are on the inside of your right foot. Wiggle your right toes to the top right corner of the mat and let your left leg go long and straight on the mat. You can use a block or 2 or 3 or whatever it takes. Hinging forward, you can place your hands on your blocks. You can place your elbows on your blocks. You just want to feel a big like lizard stretch here. All right, you can have no block at all and come on down to your forearms. You can open up onto the pinky edge side of that right foot. Lengthen here. And then let's come out of it. We're not here very long in this practice. Press your hands into the mat. We're going to do a side plank. Sweep your right foot back to meet your left. Left arm is your foundation. Turn your torso to the right. Left shoulder over left wrist. You can stay down on your left knee. Lift your right leg and look up to the sky. You can have both legs long, side by side like a little tripod, or glue your ankles together. Send your right arm up to the sky. Lengthen up, lift in your side plank, right hip over left. Finish by bringing your right hand down. Come back to a down dog. Pedal it out. Other side to do. Still your feet. Kick your left leg high. Sweep it through. Come into a lunge. Remember, you can take your high lunge where you're standing. Arms can be lifted, or on your hips. You can bend into that back knee, place a block underneath it, or make your way all the way down to your mat. You can challenge your balance by just being lifted. Arms can go up if you want. Take a little back bend. Hands to prayer center. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee as you exhale. Lengthen and twist. Lengthen and twist. Lengthen and twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist, twist, twist. And then we'll finish everything back to the midline. Back knee down, hands inside the left front foot. Come onto the top of the back right foot. Wiggle your left toes to the top left corner of the mat. Press into your block. Get your right leg long and straight. Open up that left knee to the side of the room. Maybe, if that's what you like. I'm gonna come on down to my hands, maybe to the forearms. Lengthen through your spine. Exhale, let it go. Press into your hands now. Let's take a side plank on this side. Bring your left leg back to meet the right. Now the right arm is going to be your foundation. Shoulder over wrist. Take the variation that speaks to you right now. All right, lift the left arm up. Look up to the sky. Breathe. Hold it. Stay strong. Finish. Hand comes down. Come back to your down dog as you pedal it out. When you're ready, walk your feet to meet your hands or your hands to meet your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain. I've got a couple little balancing poses here. Let's do Pasarita Padahastasana. This feels good for your back. All right, spread your legs super duper wide. So your pinky toes are toward the edges of your mat. Tee out your arms, lengthen up through your spine. Exhale, forward. When your back gets kind of parallel to the earth and even with your arms, let your arms float down and grab your calves. Look between your legs. You're holding onto your calves, hugging your elbows in towards your knees. Let the crown of your head hang toward the earth. Little bend in your knees. You don't have to lock them out. Maybe move a little bit here. Shake your neck a little bit, because remember, it's just yoga. Press into your hands a little bit more. Fold forward as you exhale, engaging that core, drawing the navel toward the spine. Just let it feel good. Shake your neck. Still your body. Tee out your arms. Rise on up to a standing position. Hands to prayer center, heels in just a little bit. Bend into the knees as if you were riding a big Clydesdale horse. Hold on here, shoulders over your hips. Pop on up to the balls of your feet. Stay right here. Find your balance. Stay flat on your feet if you want. Nobody's making you do anything you don't want to do. Just try something new and different if you wish. All right, I'm going to alternate heel touchdowns. I'm going to sink my bottom a little bit lower. Ooh, strong legs, right? All right, I'm going to rise on up to the balls of my feet. Then I'm going to pulse down little bit. Pulse down. Now your shoulders, have them more over your hips. You don't want to be leaning far forward. Have your shoulders over your hips as best you can. Wake up those glutes. All right, alternate heel touchdowns. Come up high onto the balls of the feet and pulse just a little bit more. We're almost done. Oh my goodness. Plant your feet, straighten your legs. Take your hands away, interlace them behind your low back. And when you're ready, hinge forward here. That's not going to be a real inviting picture. All right, fold forward, interlaced fingers, send them high to the sky. Send them high to the sky and breathe. Finish up. Let your arms float down by your sides. Roll your spine up. Come on up to standing. Bring your feet back together. All right, so let's do tree, Vrikasana. Got a chair? Put your hand on it for balance. I'm gonna bring my hands to prayer center, come back to your little mantra. I'm gonna put the weight into one leg, open up the other one to the side. I'm gonna take the foot of that bent leg side, and I'm gonna slip it up the stable leg. You can slip it up a little bit or a lot, just don't put it on the knee. So press the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. If you fall out, no big deal. Hold on to that chair, it's all good. All right, it really helps to look at something that's not moving. Focus upward. Hands can be at prayer center, lengthen up. Take your hands, grow your branches. Breathe, sway your branches. Hands back to prayer center, guide the knee to the front of the room. Plant the foot down, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Forget that side. We're done with that side. Time to refresh, renew, and try all over again. Beginner's mindset on the other side. Root into the opposite leg. Open up the other knee. Slip the foot up, up, up. A little, a lot, whatever feels right. Push the foot into the leg, leg into the foot. Lengthen up. Just stay here. Find peace in your strength. You're stable, you're strong. Your body's amazing. Grow your branches. Sway them if you like. Hold on. Stay strong. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Plant the foot next to the foot. Take a deep breath in. Maybe the eyes are closed. Take a deep breath out. Let it go. All right, so that is your tree pose. Next pose is dancer. This is a big balancing pose. All right, you can have a chair nearby. You can have a chair in front of you, and maybe that's where you're going to balance with your hands. All right, so for your dancer, just take it in layers. Don't sweat it. Hi, Betty, my dear, sweet, lovely Betty. And Liz and Diana, Marietta, Stan, Tyrone, Kelly, Rena, Nancy, Oliver. Good to see you guys. All right, so lengthen up. Take your right arm, start to circle it around and around and around to the back of the room. All right, maybe that's all you do. Totally fine. There are dancers that do this, right? No big deal. All right, other arm, lift it up high to the sky. Stretch it out, reach it out. So that shoulder in the right arm's getting a good workout. Put the weight into your left leg. Take the weight out of your right. On one of these sweep backs of the right arm, take all 5 fingers and capture inside the right foot. Grab it and hold it and bring the knees back together. Lengthen up through your left fingers, hold on here, and then start to kick into your back hand. Let the right arm come forward, and here's where that chair could come in handy. You could place your hand on it. Hinge forward, kick to the back of the room, kick up to the sky. Finish, bring the right foot down, bring both arms up to the sky. Other side, sweep the left arm back, back, back. Root into the right foot. Take the weight out of the left. Capture inside the left foot. Knees together. Hold on. Lengthen up. Kick into the back foot. Kick into the back hand. Hinge forward with the right hand. Kick to the back. Kick on up. Reach. Finish. Foot comes down. Both arms go up. Take a baby back bend. Hands to prayer center as fingers reach to the sky. Then come on back. Take a deep breath in. That's your dancer. Take a deep breath out. All right, next pose is your eagle pose, Garandasana. You could do this in your chair. You could sit in a chair because that's where we start in this pose. We're going to send the weight back into our hips. We're going to take a chair pose, Utkatasana. How are the shoulders doing? Options, hands to opposite shoulders, hands to prayer center. Lengthen, sit low. Lengthen, exhale, sit low. We'll start with the arms. I'm going to sweep my right arm under my left, or you could put them on opposite shoulders. Bring your palms to touch, squeeze your elbows down, look over your fingers. Look forward. Weight into the left leg, weight out of the right. Maybe you lift the right leg and you cross it over the left. Squeeze high in the upper inner thighs, then take the top of your right foot and hook it behind your left calf, or something like that. Sit low in the knees, squeeze the elbows down, look over your fingertips, nice tight hold, and then release. Foot comes down, arms go up high, extended mountain, little baby back bend, extended mountain, other side. Bend your knees into chair, hold it here. I'm gonna take my left arm and sweep it under my right now. Palms touch, elbows squeeze down. You wanna feel this in your shoulders, the elbows, nice tight squeeze. Hold it here, stay here. I'm going to put the weight of my right foot, lift my left leg, cross it over, and maybe hook the top of the left foot behind the right calf. Sink low, squeeze down, look forward. Tight squeeze, hold it, and then finish. Leg comes down, arms go up, extended mountain, little baby back bend, fingers go back up to the sky, hands to prayer center. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Tell yourself your mantra, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, back is flat. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Your way, maybe it's on the knees, high plank, low plank, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ekapada Rajakapatasana, half pigeon. Pedal your feet for a second just because it feels nice. Lift your right leg high to the sky. Exhale the air out of your lungs. Bring your right knee behind your right wrist. Left leg comes long and straight on your mat. Put a towel under it if it feels better. Top of the left foot is on the mat. Take your left hand, work your right shin, maybe a little more parallel to the top of the mat. Take your block and slip it under your right glutes. It keeps your glutes, your hips, equal distant to the mat. Press your hands into the mat or come down to your forearms. Maybe cross your hands on top of each other and rest your head on your hands. Soften in your shoulders. Send breath to that right hip. This is a huge stretch. That's why we do it later in the practice. It's a huge stretch. The more complicated poses you do later on when the body's warmed up. On a restorative day, when we do restorative on Thursdays and Sundays, this is a pose that we would hold for 3 minutes or 5 minutes to really get into this stretch. Today, right now, in this practice, we come out of it. Press into your hands, remove the block. Tuck your back left toes, send your right leg high, shake it out in a 3-legged down dog. Plant the right foot next to the left, tailbone high, pedal it out, other side. Kick your left leg high. Sweep it through, left knee, left wrist. Right leg long and straight. Right hand brings the left shin a little more parallel to the top of the mat. Block under the left glutes. Press into your hands. Come down to your forearms. Rest your head on your hands. Soften in your shoulders, soften in your glutes. Ooh, nice stretch in those big, powerful hips. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Let it go. Press into your hands. Tuck your right toes under. Remove the block. Send the left foot back to meet the right, but shake it out first in a 3-legged down dog. Plant your feet next to each other. Pedal it out. Hinge forward, high plank. Exhale the air and come on down, all the way down to your belly. Take it slow. Once you're down, let's do Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. Hands are under your collarbones. Legs are zipped up. Tops of your feet press into your mat. When you're ready, inhale, rise on up in the upper body, pressing the toes into the mat. They want to pop up, but try to keep them down as best you can. Little to no weight in your hands. How does that feel? Come on down. Bring your hands down. Take a seal pose. Straighten in the elbows. Rise on up. Look forward. Come on down. Take it slowly. When you're ready, bend your knees. Strap here if you want, or not. Reach your hands back towards your feet. Just reach on back there. Maybe you can't quite reach them. Try to kick yourself in the bottom a little bit. Or maybe you can reach the outside of the ankles. Hold on to the outside of the ankles, wiggle the knees together, draw your heels towards your bottom. Empty the air out of your lungs, head is at your midline. When you're ready, floor bow, Dhanurasana. Kick into your hands. Maybe the thighs lift up, maybe the chest lifts up. Gaze down your nose, find your floor bow pose. Come on down. Arms come down, legs go long. Turn your head to the left. Soften in the shoulders. Breathe. Come on back, head to the center. Lengthen through your neck. Exhale, soften, turn your head so your right cheek is on the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. That was your floor bow pose. Let's do camel next. Bring your chin back to the center of your mat. Bend your elbows. Bring your hands under your collarbones. Press on up to standing on your knees. Once you're standing on your knees, place your hands at your low back. You can take a block at its high height and place it between your ankles. All right, camel pose. Press your hands into your low back. Squeeze your elbows toward your spine. Look forward and then look up. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Maybe look directly overhead. Now, you can stay right here, or maybe you reach your fingers for the block Or for your heels, maybe you can find both heels. I've been having a rough time with this one lately, so I'm not gonna push it. I'm just gonna hold my hands on my low back. I'm gonna push my hips forward, squeeze my elbows forward. You gotta listen to your body. If something's not right, don't push it. If you can reach your heels comfortably, maybe you're looking back to where the ceiling and the wall meet at the back of your room. If you can do it, great. If you can't, great. It's all good. Come on up, shoulders over your hips. Remove the block from behind your ankles and have a seat on your heels. All right, so that pose makes everybody a little loopy. So just close your eyes for a second, hands on your thighs. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're almost done. You got this. Blink your eyes open. Grab your eye shade and your towel and bring it up near your shoulders for your final Shavasana. Let's come on down and let's do a bridge pose. All right, soles of the feet are on your mat. Knees are bent, hands to prayer center. Tell yourself something good and come on back. All the way back down. Let's do bridge pose. Comfortably arrange your feet so they're nicely planted. Arms down by your sides. Push into your feet, lift your hips up. Wiggle your shoulder blades closer to your spine. You feel like your bridge goes super high here. Interlace your fingers behind your low back and push your pinkies into the mat. That's a little harder. Push high into the hips. You got it. Release your hands down. Roll your spine down, one vertebra at a time. That's your bridge pose. Send your legs long on your mat, toes face up. Engage your core and come up to a seated position. Now, you can use your hands or no hands at all. Rise on up to seated. Toes up toward the sky, arms go up toward the sky. Exhale, reach forward. Oh, feels good in the low back. Reach forward. Reach for your toes, your ankles, your calves, whatever you can reach. Hug your elbows in, draw your toes up toward the sky, then look toward your knees. Inhale, rise up, shoulders over your hips, spread your legs wide. Walk your hands forward. Think of your chest as coming down onto the mat. Maybe it doesn't, but just imagine it coming down to the mat. Walk your hands more forward, maybe close your eyes and imagine that good stretch. Walk your hands back, bring your legs back to the midline of your body. Hands to prayer center, another opportunity to come on down. Come on down, all the way down. Supine twist. All right, to do this pose, drag your right heel on up, lift the right knee up. Use your hands, your strap, your towel, whatever you need to reach underneath that right knee. On the shin, hug the right knee in, circle the ankle to the right, to the left, let it feel good. Hug it in, squeeze it tight. Your arms are strong. You did enough chaturangas. Right knee is bent, left hand holds it, cross over the midline of the body. Left hand encourages the right knee down toward the earth as you roll onto your left hip. Your right arm, tee it out. It helps you to keep your shoulder down, which is the way we want the twist to work. Now you can look to the ceiling, to the right top corner of your room, or look even farther over your right hand. Nice big twist. Let's finish. Hip comes down. Hug the knee in one more time, maybe an ankle circle here and there. Right leg goes long to meet the left. Left leg's turn. Draw the left heel up. Hug it in. Circle the ankle. Squeeze it good and tight. Right hand takes the left knee across the midline of your body toward the earth. Roll onto the right hip. Left arm tees out. Gaze goes left. Breathe in. Breathe out. Left hip comes down, gaze goes up to the sky, hug in your knee, circle the ankle again because it feels so good. Left leg goes long to meet the right, bend both knees, drag the heels on, up, 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 up. Drag the knees on up as well. Left hand hugs the left knee, right hand hugs the right knee towards your armpit as you rock back and forth on your low back for your happy baby pose, Ananda Balasana. All right, so rock back and forth. You can go as far as you want. Side to side, feel your low back. How does it feel? Finish up at the midline. Now take your hands on the inside of your calves or lower toward your ankles or capture your heels. Send one foot up to the sky. Draw your toes toward your shin. It helps you hold on to that heel. Then send the other leg up toward the sky and bend one leg and straighten the other as you enjoy this happy baby pose. You really got to move. Movement is the key to happiness. I know that seems silly, but when you move, you feel better in your head. When you feel better in your head, it's refreshing. Life is good. So move, it feels good. Send your heels high to the sky. Open up your legs wide into that letter V shape. Let the pinky toes come toward the earth. See how far you can go. Let it be. Maybe put your hands on your inner thighs. Spread your legs even wider. Get that movement going. Bring the legs back together at the midline. Ankles touch, and then slowly lower your legs on down, because we're going to finish up in the best pose of the practice, final Shavasana. Once the heels touch down, work the heels toward the bottom corners of your mat. Pinky toes fall open, arms are down by your sides, shoulders away from the ears. Cover your eyes with your eye shade and find peace. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Eyes are heavy in the eye socket. Forehead is soft. Let it go. You can stay longer, which I recommend you do. Stay longer in your final Shavasana pose. So hit the pause on your video, and then when you're ready to come back to the practice, just hit play again. But take your deep breaths. Find perfect stillness and realize that you are perfect just the way you are as you refresh your body, your mind, and your spirit. When you're ready to conclude your practice, take a deep breath in and a big sigh and breath out. Let it go. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Think of refreshment at the tingling of the fingers and toes. Circle the wrists and the ankles. Inhale, stretch it out, reach high overhead, stretch. Let it feel good. Stretches feel so good. And then roll into a fetal position by bending your knees and your elbows and roll onto one hip or the other. Use your low arms bicep as a pillow for your head. Close your eyes and breathe. When you're ready, float on up any way you like, but just be conscious. Are you using your hands or not? It's all good, but just be conscious of what you're doing. Sit comfortably, whatever that is for you. Hands to prayer center, lengthen up through the spine. Oh, you did it. You did it, my friends. You did it, you did it, you did it. And you're going to feel better all day because of it. Exhale, soften into the hips, the knees, and just feel the earth beneath you. Blink your eyes open. Congratulations, you did it. You feel refreshed, I hope. Go back to that stress number you took in the beginning. What was it? And now, what is it? You move better, you're stronger, you're more flexible. Little by little, day by day, come back and refresh yourself every single day. All right, from us to you, much love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and perhaps really important, the self-control part. All right, see you on your mats tomorrow. Love you guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hello, Piper. Bye. You're a good girl. Congratulations, you did it. 1 hour of yoga. You did it, you succeeded. I hope you're enjoying your yoga. It's doing wonders for your body. It really is. Every single day, come back, try it out, and enjoy it. Tell your friends about our yoga. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody, and we're on Facebook and YouTube. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. But whatever you do, show up, do your yoga, and enjoy your day.